the chat people, and then we're going to see. We'll see. We're going to get the live people. Amber and I also had, but I can't share screen with two people. I can't. I can't share with two people, so I was going to follow someone else's.
So they fucking are in recess because the judge is pissed off. It's fucking retarded.
Cookham Scarves have become a trend on social media to show solidarity between Indigenous people and Ukrainians. One woman in Northwestern Ontario is doing what she can to help raise funds for the crisis in Ukraine. Original Stranger has more.
Jenny Cameron.
Why?
Experience.
Good evening, I'm Dennis Ward, and this is Face to Face. Our guest this week is Blaine Wiggins, the Executive Director of the Aboriginal Firefighters Association of Canada. Wiggins has led regional and national organizations in an effort to bring awareness to gaps in First Nations fire and emergency services. In a one-month span earlier this year, 9 people, mainly children, have died in house fires on First Nations in Alberta, Manitoba, and Ontario. Blaine, thanks so much for being with us here this week.
I don't get it. Why didn't they have news yesterday?
The order due to the current situation. One of the shops Cameron bought scarves from is Svitich Ukrainian Exports and Imports in Winnipeg. The owners are husband and wife, and their family is still in Ukraine. They say they were touched when the scarves were bought.
And this was such a wonderful gesture from a community.
First Nations in Manitoba are suing.
This is fucking bullshit. And the guy, the fucking, she's like, I don't want to start a war. I don't want to start a big fight about it. I just want to know if, like, what you guys are doing when it comes to clear cutting.
I'm not here to start a big fight or anything, a war or anything. I want accountability of where you're cutting, what you're doing, how you're supposed. You must have policies, how you got to follow them, and everything.
Wasqueesipi First Nation and
Like,
Wazibi Anishinaabe, also known as
if it were
Pine
white
Creek First
people,
Nation,
we would be
are
like,
turning to the
I'm
courts to force
outraged.
the
We need to
government
start
and
funding money. Like,
It's
it would be a fucking all-out fight. Like,
Wasqueesipi filed their lawsuits earlier this week, asking for a stop to ongoing logging and other forestry development.
It's hurting our environment. It's affecting our animals. It's affecting where we get our medicine, our berries. The animals, the birds, the species.
Pointing out, it's wrong.
Just come down,
berries, man.
sit down with us,
Fucking raping our berries.
they're fucking like, okay, so like they're up north. They're like, a lot of people are up north, and they're like, it used to be like you could hear fucking all different types of birds. Like, I'm not really into birds, but like I like that we have a cardinal, we have woodpeckers, and you could see them from our window. They're up north in the middle of the fucking forest, and you don't. It's like dead air, dead silence. You don't hear anything. And they're like, we used to have like all these like different kinds of birds that would fucking be populating, and they're all gone.
Also, people don't understand seasons.
Yeah.
seasons, not just birds all the time.
Yeah, no,
Seasons.
definitely,
And
but
I think
still,
people
like,
need to realize that too. But I understand though, a lot of the wildlife, and you can see it in St. Lucie, are disappearing. I mean, look at the fish.
they're doing surveys. Like, if you go on the MCK website and you get like
We were part of that survey. That's why we have those hooks. We didn't win, but because we participated, we got those little hooks.
which is great. I don't give a shit. I still got something. I don't care. Like, I'm doing it anyway, so why not fucking put the data into a data system? Like,
Yeah.
And I still got something out of it. Like, it's a fucking little, basically, like, fucking consolation prize almost, but
And
like,
you know what's funny?
participation award, but who gives a shit? Like,
You know what's funny? Where are they? They're right here.
because you'll see people on, like, commenting on, like, the surveys being like, it's so sad because all, like, the fucking fish up north, they're.
I don't know if that'll catch anything. That's one of them. I don't know if the other ones. They're somewhere.
That's cool. I like it. Ultra glow.
Yeah, so I thought you would like them more. So you can have them, but
I still have the Schmushmallows.
oh,
What? That's mine. That's for another one. It's for a different one.
Oh yeah, okay. Like,
That's for my metal
I
one.
didn't even use the ones yet.
No, the one for yours is much smaller.
Yeah, it's got the 90s on it.
But I noticed up north. Remember we went past that quarry?
What?
It's like a quarry where they're digging. They have a gate on the side. It's like on.
before St. Lucie, like on the main highway.
Is it on the main highway? I thought it's like after you turn after the town. After the church.
Oh yeah, I think.
And there's like they have like a light with a
Actually, that
gate.
used to be like an old a hunting cabin or something for white people. That triangle
Really?
house there, and then you got the back, and I forgot it was something. I can't remember what the hell it was now. I think that's what it was.
Cause like I've heard that a bunch of mining companies, specifically for cement and concrete companies that come down here, like they bring all the rock down here to have it broken down into powder. They're doing it up there, like right near the reserve. And apparently there's another thing that they're mining for, and I heard it on the radio actually. They're like, do you have cracks in the cement of your garage, like in the basement of your home, because you might have some kind of mineral under your home that they want to dig for?
Well, it's
Aspenite or something?
aspenite is wood.
And it was something else.
Well, your concrete breaks because when it was mixed, it was either not mixed properly, so that like for winter, for instance, or when it gets colder, a certain temperature, you need to put an additive in it so that the air bubbles inside don't just freeze and then it's brittle as fuck. You could probably just hit it and it'll just bust.
Really?
Yeah, that's why you have rebar, the thick bars,
Yeah.
or you have the mesh, the
Yeah.
mesh thing.
The cage, yeah.
Yeah, and that is supposed to hold it all together. But then you're supposed to put a vibrator, a big ass dildo.
Yeah.
thing.
To get all the bubbles
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, it gets all.
They
the
do it in
bubbles out,
baking.
and it pushes everything down, and it settles, and then it's good. It should be good.
Huh.
Sometimes there misses, and like because there's parts of the cement that wasn't mixed properly, and you'll see like when you pull your form off, like the wood.
Yeah.
You'll see parts like corners or something where you'll see the gravel just sticking out and it's not mixed, it's still dry,
Interesting.
Yeah, because you can have like a bucket mixing it, like how you're doing the St. Lucie, I was doing it like by hand.
Yeah.
Like there could be still dry spots inside the wet spots.
Really?
Yeah, it's just like how you take your hot chocolate. Apparently you could take your hot chocolate, you put it on like something or you put water on it, and then you can take a fucking pin and you go, and all the water will go, and it'll go away and it'll still be dry. I saw that on Facebook today, but it's the same concept. There's a lot of things. They're all like the same. You just gotta like apply them, test them. Yeah,
Understand
That's
the
like
way we live and
it's
how
like
we
doing like that.
protect our
You
animals.
hit it, and you just go like you just shake it. Like do a little shake.
Like the butter thing.
Like look.
Okay.
And see, I'm shaking the whole. It's the same thing. You just
There's nothing
do
more
that and
than
it compacts
we're not
it.
asking
You're
much.
funny.
Chief Zastry says they are entitled to a cut of the profits.
You're taking all our trees and you're selling them to whoever,
Well,
and
they
you're
should
making
just
money.
pay
Why don't
us-
you
I don't know.
maybe compensate us a bit? Give us money for some houses, give us money for
We should just stop being a
skating rink,
capitalistic
for,
country and just
anything for our
raise
kids.
everybody
To-
on wealth, on
to
their
benefit from.
education, and
That's all I'm
what
asking.
they do with their lives.
The claim follows a similar
Uh,
court action
it's
filed in
fucking-
January of 2020.
But we've done this before.
Pine Creek First
Like,
Nation
this is-
calling for a halt to logging in their traditional lands. That includes Duck Mountain Provincial Park and Forest. Jeremy
But then
McKay is a
wouldn't
policy
be any
analyst with
homelessness.
Pine Creek
It would
First
just- but I
Nation.
mean-
Pointed out
Then the rich
asking
wouldn't be able to be
the
rich
court
if there's
to
no
order
homeless. Like,
for
if there wasn't
reliable
poverty
balance
and
of
poor
Manitoba
people who were
and
fucking
consult
begging
with
for
Pine Creek
scraps
First
to not
Nation.
starve to
The
death.
second part of this lawsuit is we're looking for the court to stop Louisiana Pacific's forestry activities until such
Louisiana.
time that an adequate process of consultation has occurred between Pine Creek and Manitoba. McKay said Pine Creek would be open to a partnership, but the main focus currently is the rights of community
Are you
members.
serious?
So we're definitely looking for consultation and to be
Your
included in the
PlayStation's gonna turn
decision-making
off.
process. We do actually have a bit of a history in Pine Creek and participating in the forestry industry. So we're trying to protect space for that conversation to continue. But our primary concern right now is protecting the Aboriginal and
Hey,
treaty
do
rights
you want to eat something?
of our community members who
You-
rely
Okay.
on the Duck Mountain
Alright.
area to exercise those rights. The Manitoba government said they were unable to comment on the matter as it is before the
Egg
courts.
sandwiches left.
Louisiana Pacific provided APTN with a statement on the matter. Although we cannot comment on pending
I'm not
legal
hungry, I'm
matters,
fine, I'm
LP
good.
remains committed to engaging with
I
Indigenous
want food.
nations regarding our sustainable forest management operations. Both communities also expressed concerns over the decline of moose populations in recent years as a result
you're
of
so
logging in the
cute.
contested areas. The hearing dates for Pine Creek and Wasquaesipee are March 1st and March 15th, respectively. Daryl
Happy,
Stranger, APTN National
happy
News,
Valley Goose
Winnipeg.
Bay. That's my favorite.
Moratorium on
Your birthday's
hunting
coming
moose
up.
in Huron
Oh,
Wendat
okay, let's not talk about it.
land in Quebec may soon
I want
be
those.
closed.
I got them for
Moose
you.
population in Wildlife
Yeah, you're
Life
fat.
Reserve in eastern
fat
Quebec is
cookies.
experiencing a sharp decline. Experts say 17% drop. Here's a story by ABTN's
Watch the
Shoshana,
dog.
translated and read by Thomas Ariam.
All the way over
Le
here.
feu qui nous réchauffe, qui nous éclaire,
UFO.
qui nous permet de vivre.
Denis Gravel is known as a firekeeper in his community of Wendago. He enjoys sharing his knowledge about Huron-Wendat culture. In fact, it's his job as a guide at this educational Huron site near Quebec City.
So he gets paid.
On repoussait tous les chevreuils vers l'enclos et évidemment, ils étaient canalisés vers l'extrémité et ils ne pouvaient plus sortir avec l'avance des chasseurs.
The techniques might have changed, but Huron-Wendat like Gravel still go hunting. Moose is usually Gravel's preferred game, but there's talk of a moratorium to moose hunting in the Pôle Neuf Wildlife Reserve, a territory in which the Huron-Wendat have been present for generations.
On est rendu à ce moment, à cette époque où on doit protéger la ressource pour qu'on puisse permettre à nos
This is
enfants-
what they're trying to do to us.
Yeah.
See what he looks like? You see?
Yeah, I noticed.
Native Caucasian.
To me,
That's
that
what they're
guy's not
trying to
a
do.
that guy's not a First
That's what-
Nation.
He has
so.
the face, but his skin, his genetic code, they changed it because of breeding. They want us to breed out of town, get out, breed with all white people. Look,
But if
Eventually,
he's
they're not
a
gonna be
fucking
considered
chief
native.
though, if he's a fucking chief, how the fuck did he get there?
what
Like,
do you mean?
because I've been looking up who the fuck the
Remember I told you how Guanajuato used to be French? We all used to speak French.
and that's fine. I understand that, but like,
That's what happened. That's why we still have some old ladies that are living in town that are French people who want French. And no one bothers them because no one wants to fucking.
upset the elderly people. I get that and everything, but like,
Well, no, those ladies, they don't come out. A lot of them don't come out because.
but you've been indoctrinated into something that is not real, like, and it's like I get that a lot of it comes from PTSD, Like it's the fight or flight thing. So they just don't talk about it. But like I'm really glad that a lot of people seem to be talking about their, especially the 60 Scoop stories. Like, and they're like, it's hard because it's like I'm being re-traumatized over and over again every time I talk about it. But like people need to know what happened
Yeah, I bet you,
and what's still happening. Like
with all of this confusion that's going on,
they're pulling a
bet you-
Trump.
I bet you that the COVID vaccine and all that are gonna quiet down. I haven't heard.
Oh,
anything
no,
about
they
it.
have a medication now,
I haven't
a
heard-
daily medication or some shit.
I haven't heard anything about it in 2-3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing new. Nothing.
No case, how many cases, what the count is. Fucking now it's all about loosening restrictions or taking away mandatory shit. Like, and they're like, you're welcome.
Because
Give me your fucking round of
the
applause.
war, because like you know what, people, it doesn't matter. Like, I don't know, if you were gonna get it, you were gonna get it. But
Yep, because they've done this for decades or for fucking centuries, I guess. But the last time they did this was with
Yeah, I bet
the
you,
sanatoriums.
if this thing cools down, if Putin actually like pulls out at some point, and then everything goes back to normal, they're gonna be like, oh, COVID again.
Pulls out of what? Like he can't pull out of anything. He's fucked. It's the world against him.
Yeah.
And it's all because of social media. And because Putin wasn't involving himself in the gossip. And like a couple months ago, they like 6 months ago, they asked him, they were like, oh, well, don't you care what they're saying about you? And he was like, not really, because I don't pay attention to that shit. Like
He's a
I'm busy
leader.
working.
He's a leader of a country. Why would he care? what
No,
anyone
it's not
says?
that why would he care?
They
It's
just
like
shoot you out of a window.
I always thought it was fucking
Right.
really weird that like all these like Fauci, for example. I'm like, well, it's very convenient that like these doctors they're so important. They have such important things to do that they have all this time to do fucking like news press conferences and shit and like Zoom meetings where they're talking to random YouTubers. Like I agree, like I'm assuming you have more important shit to do you not? As a leading doctor of the nation? Like apparently not. Apparently they have all this time to fucking I think they're pulling a Trump and they're
He made a
like
name for himself when he was younger already. Now he has the younger generation under his wing doing the work for him.
I feel like this is pulling a Trump and they're just like, hey, look at this shitty fucking problem that we started. Hey, look at this shitty problem that we started. And it's mostly to distract from I think what they're gonna be trying to do, which is I think they're gonna try to eradicate completely Native American or First Nations people, and they're gonna try to make them look
Always
like.
been the plan.
Yeah, but now a lot of white people are starting to be like, "Yo, what about dead babies in
But
churches?"
the thing is,
Like,
what I just said, they already said this and planned this 400 years ago. So they planned it out that long ago, and they knew that they would be dead, but the people will carry it on. The idea to carry on that their
By using
legacy of
fear.
This, yes,
but there are people who are not afraid of them.
everybody's afraid.
I'm not afraid. I ain't shook.
People act like they aren't afraid, but when the shit goes down,
Yeah, I'm ready to throw down.
no, most people will say they are.
That's what I'm saying though. All these people who are like, "Oh, Ukraine, oh, Ukraine." It's like, are you ready and willing to go on a battlefield and give up your fucking life for it? I guarantee that most of the people who are rah 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 right now are not willing to do those things.
Yeah,
Like
just
everyone's
sitting
talk
back
talk
at
talk
home.
until they put your dukes up. Like you know? Like you could have all the opinions you want about it, that's great and all, but like until you're ready to actually fucking be there, like, and actually be part of that fight, like, maybe don't go fucking telling people they're wrong about certain shit, you know? Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm just spewing out my ass, like, I don't know much. All I know is that I don't know nothing. You know what I found out? Pluto said that.
What, the dog?
What? No, yes, Cameron, the dog.
That's the only Pluto I know.
Pluto. It was a philosopher. Oh, what's the other guy? He's also a very famous philosopher.
Didn't it just do chopsticks or where the hell did it go? Oh, right
Les enfants de pouvoir en profiter.
According to Jean-Pierre Tremblay, professor in the department
Jean-Pierre Tremblay.
the science agrees
Mhm.
owners like Gravel have noticed.
So I was trying to. Okay.
Tous les indicateurs vont dans le même
Wow.
sens si la population diminue.
Tremblay says wolves, ticks, and parasites are contributing to the decline.
You're full of shit, dude.
C'est sûr que le facteur principal là, est celui sur lequel le curseur sur lequel
There
on
was I know this because there was an increase
relativement. C'est la
in
récolte.
the type of ticks.
Yeah.
I mean, I never had a tick on myself in my life, and last year was the first time I actually got a tick, just like one that raspberry bush.
Yeah.
Yeah, I checked. I had a tick on me. I think you had a tick. I had to pull it off you while you were picking berries. There are a lot.
Yeah.
We're lucky we didn't get Lyme disease. But
Avril Lavigne, I think, said she had Lyme disease
yeah, and if you don't
for
get sick-
years.
No.
No. Like for the past like a couple of years, she had like fucking Lyme disease and she didn't know, and doctors couldn't fucking tell her what was wrong with her. They said that she was full of shit, and she was like, "I'm really, really sick all the time." And eventually, somebody told her that it was like Lyme disease or some shit. And she's still getting treatment for it.
Yeah, because usually what happens is it makes you fucking mental vegetable.
It has a. It sucks your. They're poisoning your blood.
Yeah, but the Lyme disease it affects your brain and it will make you a mental vegetable. It's happened to what's his name in town.
I know that it can cause psychosis, or like
Check the main thing for Lyme disease is it causes brain damage because of
Two Prince Albert police officers will stay on a job after being called out
it'll make you a mental
domestic
vegetable.
assault resulted.
Oh, yeah, this.
ABTM's Leanne Sanders has that.
This is fucked.
13-month-old Tanner Brass was killed 3 weeks ago in the northern Saskatchewan city of Prince Albert. According to police, a 911 call came in the morning of February 10th in regard to a dispute. Kyla Frenchman of Thunderchild First Nation was taken to the police station. Just hours later, officers reported to the same address for the death of her child. Cage Brass was arrested for second-degree murder. Now, the Federation of Sovereign Indigenous Nations is calling for the officers who responded and the chief to be fired for ignoring Kyla's concern about her child.
When Kyla put the call in, it was clear she said my baby. They get to the residence and detain her. Again, she said my baby. In the cop car, she said my baby, and in the cell, she said my baby.
Grand Chief Brian Hardlot says everyone needs to ensure this never happens to another First Nations family again.
It shouldn't happen to anybody.
But that's why, like, they need to have their own fucking police force, like, because this shit happens, like.
Well, that's the thing. The reason why we have ours and Augustus has theirs is because we're next to the richest places in Canada. And that's the only reason. If we didn't live next to this, I can tell you what, I would not be living like this. I'd be fucking skinny as fuck, probably drinking, doing drugs, and I wouldn't have anything.
They don't even have like ambulance, like some of
During
the.
a news conference yesterday, that the mother was ignored because she was Indigenous. She was too distraught to address the media. Prince Albert Police Chief John Bergen.
No, but that's the thing. People do. People do give a fuck. There's a lot of people, obviously, who are not great. Like,
The only people that say they give a fuck are the ones watching on TV, but nothing happens. Because the people that are supposed to be doing something, the people that are actually supposed to be giving a fucking position to do something, don't. That's what I mean.
but that's why I was looking up for like for Trudeau's government. They have the Minister of Affairs or the Minister of Indigenous Affairs, and I was trying to figure out who the fuck that was. She's some white lady. She's an English white lady.
an ambassador. Let's just call it an ambassador.
And she literally was just like, well, when we started, we came back from vacation, and the job was very difficult, and there was no setup, there was no resources for us to go off of, so it took us a long time to. I was like, who the fuck put her here? Who the fuck put this useless lady in this job position where she was like, well, we were on vacation, and like, this is not a new thing. Like, the Indian Act is not like a newly like thought up fucking position that people are having about native rights and shit. It's been a solid at least 30 years that these programs have been a conversation, and that's all they've ever been, is a conversation. Nothing ever fucking gets done. And she was like, well, it's a hard job. It's very difficult. There's a lot of emotions involved. I'm like, yeah, that's great. Like, so who the fuck put her there? Like,
and you can all argue that, yeah, emotion does belong in these types of things, but really, I think logic really dictates what should happen here, because if you don't eat, you die. If you don't fucking give these people something, a couple of years from now, there won't be people there. They will be forced to either leave the settlement or they'll die. It's history, man. Like, it's the same shit. It's just a different form now because of technology and how advanced we are. Like, it's the same shit. I don't get why people don't fucking see that. Same shit. Same fucking shit. And just as long as these white people are in power, and I'm sorry to say it, but
you're right.
It's gonna be gone.
It is. We're destroying the planet, and then we go, oh, organic and fucking homegrown or free range.
I really wish for peace. I really do, even though I know I talk shit a lot about war and shit. That's just because it just seems like it's the only answer, really. But it's not what the people want, so I have to respect what the people want. It's what the people want that matters, and if we forget that, then I'm no better than white people. So it's a really.
But I think you do your part though by building homes.
And that's all I can do right now. I almost fell for it. Went to the Marine Corps, joined all that bullshit, and yeah, glad I didn't, because that's not how I wanted to help people. I mean, if it came to it to defend my home, yes, gladly, but just to do that to other people, no. If other people came to fuck with me, like the Russians or Ukraine, then yeah, I would fight too. Because it's my home, and that's just how it is. I'm going to defend whatever little bit I have left. And right now, with the protests on the OCR, caused some fights with oil pipeline, which...
Well, I just saw that the PKs, they put, there was something about the new development.
Oh, you got one?
Oh, it's done. It's all filtered. But something about the new development where the train tracks are.
That's where I am right now.
They're blocking it. And they said that you guys are going to have to go around. Everyone who wants to go, like who usually frequents that area is going to have to go around. But they didn't specify why.
I don't know. I actually don't know. I didn't hear anything about that.
I think it's something to do with the train tracks.
But,
because that's what they're putting tanks on to send to Ukraine.
Oh, Canada's doing that?
Yeah.
Oh, they're saying no one's allowed using the
Well, no, PK said it, but like I just don't know why they didn't specify why. Usually they say like if a tree fell or like we're waiting on Hydro to come fucking deal with like fucking electrical shit or like we're fucking got construction set. They always specify. It's just this is the first time that they don't really
power lines along the train tracks. I doubt it. I doubt it. There's never that's dangerous. Maybe because within 4 or 5 weeks the fiber optic cables are going to be all throughout town finally, and there's going to be high speed internet and shit.
But even I'm I'm nervous about that. Like,
what?
I don't know. Like, I can understand why the older folks would be like hesitant for shit like that. Like up north, they were saying like it's pretty evenly split of people who want like internet up north and people who don't want internet up north. Because if an emergency happens where like
know what?
someone cuts their fucking fingers
It's
off, like
as easy as making a choice. It's there, but you don't have to use it. There you go. Easy peasy. You don't need it, but you know what? It's there. You don't have to have it in your cabin or anywhere where you want it. That's fine. You don't need it. But other people who want it or rescue crews that need it for this kind
that
of
I
shit,
agree with.
well, you know what? Like, you gotta take your thumb out of your ass and stop smelling your own finger.
Yeah, but
And
they
fucking, stop being like San Francisco.
as I from what I heard, they have the CB radios or the ham radios
Yeah,
that
but
truckers use and shit.
that doesn't help. It doesn't pinpoint a location. You still have to talk, and if something happens,
Yeah, I guess.
this is more reliable. That's the thing. Technology we got is more reliable as long as we have the things that make it work go. And
It just like makes people so useless. Like it makes people so incompetent, and like yes, it helps in so many ways, but then people like don't seem to be able to do like if they don't have it, they can't seem to get the work done. Like
it's like the problem like when someone starts off the conversation with young and old, how they are, and
Yeah.
it should be like you just talk about what the thing is instead of like bringing all these.
Yeah, I agree
heavy
with that.
bullshit. It's stupid.
I agree with
It
that.
distracts everybody. But like, for what was I saying now? I distracted myself.
Like
I said
why
something.
like why can't they just build a hospital that's like
Because they need water lines, you need electrical, you need like there's like the different types of cables, like the fiber optic cables, you got the power cables, like for transformers that transfer the power from like main
but
power
that's why you guys
stations.
do it all yourselves and you
need
guys will make your
water,
own
sewage,
crews and
drainage
shit.
lines, and that whole thing after you have the building and all that, where the water falls down into and shit like that, all the drainage, it's all complex underground.
Did I show you that fucking water system? They went to like some reserve that you have to fly by a seaplane, and it's like a B&B whatever at a native reserve. And they showed them how to make flowers out of wood, or like strips of like wood that they just like took off the bark whatever, and they just like roll them up and they're like little roses. It's very cute.
Oh yeah, I remember you put that on.
Okay, well they have like a water filtration system, and I want to fucking learn that shit so bad.
Right.
Like it's from the
Still
mountain.
number one here. We have the number one water filtration plant in Guanajuato. You could just go. see it.
Really?
Yeah. It's right next to the canoe club. It's kind of funny because that's where that incident happened. And I was part of that incident where we were putting shit into the water, but it was just like, wasn't even shit. It was more like, just, I guess, like I guess it was sewage. We put it in the drainage, but. Yeah, I don't really know what the whole thing.
I feel like a lot of this is trial and error too, like because you guys do have to have your own setup, like, and every time you guys have ever asked for help, they're like, Hydro Quebec will be right over.
Pretty much when I had to do like an over like 24-hour shift that night, when I had to stay overnight, I came back to eat, and I showered, and I left right away.
Okay.
It's because of the pump station for the water plant busted.
Oh.
That's so like not busted, but like we were doing repairs. I left. I wasn't like I was doing the work on it, but
Yeah.
I wasn't part of it. I left because I went to go get something with Curtis or something. And Nini, the one who hits everything, fucking scraped the big main power line underneath a big fucking cord like this, and we had to shut everything down. We had to close everything off, like make sure like power was off.
Well, why is this guy still working there?
I don't know, because he's a fucking retard. Like he's an okay guy.
Yeah, but
It's
give him a
just-
different job.
he
Put him on
doesn't-
flag
he's
duty.
Just, like, doesn't care.
No, you
he's
need to
dying.
care.
He's dying.
He's dying.
Well, he's killing himself slowly.
Yeah, we all are.
No. I mean, like, actually. I mean, not metaphorically here. I mean, really. He's drinking himself to the point where his, like, face is all, like, and it's, like, big and red, and his face is just constantly red. And he's had to go to the hospital a couple times already for, like, 3 heart attacks. But, yeah, he's on his way. He doesn't give a shit. You see, he can post pictures of him with a bunch of random girls, like, eating steak and beer and all the time, and going to shows.
Okay, that's fine what you do on your free time, but when it comes to your work and your job, like, you could be a nice guy and all, but go on flag duty then. Like, go on.
Well, he's an operator, so Yeah, when we have.
Someone should be overseeing this, though.
Well, we are, but like I said, like me and Sky are usually the ones who are like there because we're the young guys, and these guys, Mark and my dad, don't really know much. Curtis was there. Al, he knows the job, and he should have did something, but I don't know if he was there or not. Curtis, I think, was there, but I don't know what happened. But somebody should have been watching it. Me and Sky were gone to get.
Yeah, but that's why you guys end up getting these OSHA motherfuckers that come in. Like,
well, we need OSHA. If we didn't have OSHA, I pretty much would probably be in a hole without a trench box right now. That thing saved my life a couple times already. Had a close
well,
call.
apparently the asbestos thing
just rolled right into the fucking thing, and like I was I'm pretty sure I would have lost my 2 legs. Like how that thing was, it was like this fucking big, like fucking huge. I couldn't move it. I had to get the tractor to move it, but yeah, like there's things that happen at work that I don't tell you about, but I have.
That's good to know. Thank you, Cameron.
Hey, you have a lot more shit to deal with, and I don't think you could handle it a lot of the times. There's a lot of scary shit that happens. And there's a lot of shit that I have to do.
What am I, like an old Jewish lady? I'm like, oh, my little heart can't take it no more.
Yeah, exactly. You are a little Jewish lady, a little ice cream.
No, I am very neurotic. I'm extremely neurotic and overbearing.
Things to worry about.
No, it's just like you and your dad are taking out like the main fucking structure of the home that we're currently like residing in for a summer.
Yeah, that's what you call it.
And I just hear like, whoa, no! Like, and then it's just like, I almost died. I was like, oh yeah, laugh it off, I guess. Mm-hmm. But that's why I was like, I think it was good.
That's the only way guys can do it.
I think that's why it was really good that you guys were.
Jokes, and we laugh about it because we know how terrible it could have been.
Yeah, but your dad teaches you that. And a lot of the times, like, when we first started dating, you would be, like, really easily triggered by fuck-ups or, like little inconveniences, whatever. Yeah, but he's teaching you different now, I think.
It's like, if I'm not allowed to be stupid, why are other people allowed to be stupid? Like,
that I don't have a comment on.
What?
That I don't have a comment on.
Oh, well, I mean, like, does that make sense?
Ignorance is bliss, Cameron.
I know, but, like, that's why I hate Blake and love him.
That's not nice. Don't call out Blake. I have no comment on that because I don't talk shit. If you have nothing nice to say. Well, no, it's not that I don't have anything nice to say. It's just fucking.
Noodles are good. I love those noodles.
Oh, I'm glad you like them.
They're so good. I don't know which kind they are because you got the ones, they look like the same.
I didn't know that they were there was different ones. I thought they were all the same. But there's a seafood one.
Like a nori seafood. And then,
yeah, I didn't like that one.
And this one, if you want, take a few bites of that one. I had just 2 packs in there.
I still have to go out. Okay.
Yeah, I have to go get cat food. The store.
What day is it? Monday or Tuesday?
It's Monday.
Monday?
Yeah, so actually, I forgot to email the owner of this place so I can tell him I wouldn't be able to pay rent again this month. 2 months now I'm behind. $1,600.
Yeah, but it's been like 3 months of not getting fucking EI now.
Yeah, I used the last bit that I could for rent at the time, and then out of that 2,000 I got or whatever, like a little under 2,000, and then the rest I put onto my Visa because it was 500. I had to put it down, so we just in case we needed in case money, but also because my minimum payment is like $384 a month.
Why?
So, because it's at like $8,000. But
what?
Yeah. That's what I've been trying to do this whole summer. Remember I told you like it was my goal this $8,000.
Why?
Uber Eats, skip the dishes, and just stuff. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie about it. That's like, it's what it is. Like we were eating well like every day, but Not blaming anybody. I blame myself more because I should know better not to do that. I should
Cam.
not be lazy.
What?
What? Yeah. It's crazy, isn't it?
We're $8,000 in debt.
Apparently, yeah. Well, I guess now you can say about like 9,600 because of the 2 pieces of rent that I missed.
Okay. That's a lot of money, Cam.
It's a lot of pressure, but that's
Yeah, but you didn't tell me this
I did
until
tell
right
you.
now.
No, I told you. I remember we had this conversation. I said that my whole goal this summer was trying to get that down, and I did. I got it down to 6,000.
No, it was like 2. We were at last we had a conversation about it. It was at 2.
No, that was that. You're thinking 2 years ago when my thing was only at $2,000 or something like that.
Yeah.
$4,000.
No, it was 2, and then it went to 3.
Actually, we don't. I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. I fucked up. They sent me the thing for you, and we're actually $4,000. It's $4,000. Sorry, it's $4,000. That's right. Because I was at 2,000, and they boosted up, doubled it up to no, I'm $8,000. Yeah, I remember now. Yeah, I'm $8,000. Yeah,
That's a lot.
mm-hmm. That's a lot.
Cameron, what the hell?
Hey, like these things like that, like things are like cheap. I gotta keep maintain things sometimes, and like it's like pay for bills and
Yeah.
I was buying, like I said, like this whole year we were buying food all the time, like lunch, supper, like every day. Get home from work and order. Like the dishes like sat there for months and months. Because like I didn't want to do them, you didn't want to do them, and I'm not blaming anybody. It just happens, and yeah, I mean it's my fault that I let it happen. Like, get that bad. I should not let things.
Jack, yeah, I know.
I need to stand up for shit like that more. But like, yeah, I let things get bad, and now it's my hole that I got to dig myself. And I'm pretty good at digging myself.
But it's
out of
our
holes.
hole.
Well, I mean, when I get my paychecks, I put 500 on each week. And that should have been way more than enough. But every week we'd spend about $400. Like, and also I get like $150 worth of weed, and then be just eating up like 300. And each month I would get it down like maybe 100. Really, it was really like I would be putting $100 on my visa. So
That's what I thought you were doing.
Well, no, I was putting 500, and then we would just go through it. But yeah. So that's why when I was stopped off work, I was gonna do what I did last time and just use all the money I would get to just pay rent and pay my visa off and the bills, and I wouldn't really touch anything else. Usually by the end of it, I got like $200 left, and it's enough for groceries and to chill.
I think you need to get a lawyer for your EI check scam.
I have one.
Your own.
Can't afford that. Like it's like I think the last lawyer I got, she was like $300 a pop. Just to talk to her was $150 for consultation, and then to keep talking.
Is there one
like
from town you can talk to?
That's the one I'm talking about. She's a good lawyer too. She got a couple people off of
maybe you can actually
some drug deals and murder and stuff like that.
But like maybe you can actually like message this chick and be like,
That's
yo.
what I mean. Like there's no point because I'm not gonna give her 100. I only have like $400 maybe. I have enough for 2 trips of groceries. So it's like.
Yeah, but Cam, I'll get groceries. Like.
Well, we need actual.
But I've been getting the stuff. Chicken. Like I've been getting the stuff, and like.
Like I know you don't like shopping at Super C, but that's why.
I shop at Maxie's.
Because it's $18 for 4 to 5 chicken breasts.
Yeah, but how much do we throw out? Like we end up throwing out so much meat.
No, not now because.
Okay, I have to go walk the dog.
Because I'm not ordering anything. Like I ordered a pizza.
Hey, Where are you?
Whole bunch of emotions. Super angry, super sad, super happy. It's there. It should be covered. I think something I'm getting all these text messages and like don't like obviously don't click on the links and shit. I opened the message, but I didn't click on the links to see. I just wanted to give you the notification. But it's all like two or three of them from National Bank, which is the thing that's in question. Service Canada, right? And the ones for like Scene and all that, like movie theater.
Yeah.
It's like these things have been popping up, so I'm not touching them. I tell them that and just fucking hopefully this guy, whoever's investigating is on this shit like really hard. It seems like it because I think whoever sent these messages is probably like, oh, I don't have the money. We got to try to hook them back in somehow, and like just have this keep going over and over again. So I'm like, I gotta make sure. And like there's things on my computer apparently that like I don't have the money for it, but it's saying that I have things for double click. There's YouTube and I guess there's two other things, but it's pretty much whenever I double click something, like whatever it's Sperm or whatever is taking this information on double clicking.
But what about on double clicking on YouTube? What?
There's, I think, like Norton is telling me I have 4 words or something like that.
Do you even pay for Norton?
Yeah. And right now it has like, it has these things that I'm talking about in a vault or whatever that's locked. So the program is there, it's locked in. Nothing. It's supposed to not be able to do anything, but in order for me to destroy it or whatever, I have to get this thing. Oh fucking bullshit. Virus. But yeah, it's just telling me I have it in there. It's the program's locked away, and like if I want to deal with it, destroy it, whatever I have to pay for more this thing for the news, and that's something. I remember I got it before from the store. I know what they're talking about. But yeah, so I'm not double clicking anything. I'll slowly get all the shit set up right. I do it like that. I actually have to probably.
What? In the spring's federal budget, the Trudeau government announced it will maintain a threshold of 420 hours required for all Canadians to qualify for EI benefits, regardless where they live, until October 2022. What? Doing the same job at the same fish plant? Well, that's just great. Okay. No. Dude, what? Oh. Fuck. Okay. Yeah, we're going. What? In turn, the system that runs the old age security program was created in 1965, so composed of the Canadian Pension Plan in 1996. Major outrages are up to 159% over the past 4 years, despite efforts to increase uptake 170. Oh. Great. So Canada's bankrupt? Is that what's happening? When people in Canada smile at you for the coverage, employment, housing, inspected by the local. What?
Welcome back. A Cree elder in Alberta learned the skill of building canoes from his father, and one of their canoes is now part of history in the province. Now, as Tamara Pimentel reports, that elder is looking to pass the teaching on.
Well, my father was a man that wants to do things he completed. You have to complete what you want, what you're working on, no matter how hard it is.
Elzier Orr was in his 20s when he helped his father, Arnold Orr, make birch bark canoes from scratch in Chippewan Lake.
In those days, I was younger and I didn't
Like, why aren't
even
these the
think
people
of
who are in
coming back to that history.
The
Like,
pair were commissioned by the
serve
Royal
Indigenous
Alberta
Affairs,
Museum
like,
in
that's
Edmonton.
the kind of people I
Now
expect
the
to
canoe is in
see.
museum storage and not
And not
accessible
this
to the
fucking
public.
white bitch who's just
But
like,
this
it's really
film
hard
by
job.
Jean
We just got back from
Gregoire
vacation.
remains in the Alberta archives.
Like, what the fuck?
It's not a bad thing
Elzier
to
had
remember
recently
some of the old stuff.
rediscovered
It
on
really
YouTube.
isn't, because it could
He
save
met
you.
with APTN at the
But
community
Like,
center.
why would you
if I
not
made
want to be able
water,
to build your own
I can-
shit?
I can keep like
And when
meat
asked to
preserved
reminisce
for
of these
fucking
times with his
years.
father,
Yes,
Elzier
yes,
told
you
his
can.
You
stories
know,
in
like
Cree.
it's not a bad thing
Let's
to
be
know
able
these
to eat
things,
that,
even though it's gross and you might think that it's
But even like fucking
bad.
like plants and
But-
vegetables and fruit, like that's I think that's what I want to end up doing this summer. Is
Skita kahkiri mo ni osi tsigiuna. Geksna ma go to baba mosom. Ni osi ta te ko osa te bargains. Instead of
Every aspect of this canoe is built with materials from the land. Here, tree roots are used to hold pieces together. Elzier says it takes over a month to finish a project like this, weather permitting, and he and his father made 6 more canoes later on.
just where all of this knowledge is lost. Today it would be nice for the youth to be taught. That's why I wanted to go maybe do that, but he was like literally on the other side of Ontario.
After seeing the film nearly 60 years later, Elzier hopes to see the canoe, but for now he begins to plan
It's in a
to
fucking
pass the
museum.
knowledge down. He sketched step-by-step instructions in hopes of finding someone who'd be interested in learning the art of canoe making. Tamara Pimentel, APTN
But I can't
National
afford to
News,
go all the way over there.
Wabasca.
because I would need to find somewhere to.
Well, this week in Montreal,
I would need to have like a
Plus, you
motorhome.
need to learn how to use
and
tools properly.
CBC
Motorhome.
Canada. The
Because
memorandum
watching
of
you try to use a
understanding will allow
circular
for
saw,
more
I would not trust you
collaboration
with a
between
chisel.
networks.
Because those things will
ABTN
fucking.
I've used chisel before on
CEO
clay.
No. I'm not talking
CBC
about one of those
CEO
shitty chisels.
Catherine
I'm
Tate
talking
put
about
pen to paper
one of
this
these
week.
chisels.
The goal of the agreement
These chisels,
is
if you
to
just
enhance
touch it,
both
it will
networks'
cut you.
I believe
abilities to
them.
create
If so, if
The
you're trying to
X-Acto knife.
push something, yeah.
Yeah, no, I
Wow.
literally just touched my skin with it, which is why I'm not allowed new X-Acto knives. I'm only allowed old X-Acto knives.
Old X-Acto knives are worse if you're trying to cut things.
Yeah, but like at
So
least
use a
like,
sharp one if you're trying to cut something.
happening recently in Canada.
Don't just no X-Acto knife for you. No.
Yeah, but it can't
Watching
be like
you do shit, you fucking it's like your brain doesn't like I'm gonna keep my finger here, but I'm gonna cut right next to it.
Okay, so remember I was telling you about that chef that I had, Audie, and he was
remember.
gonna give me Christmas decorations, whatever. He was just like, he got super mad at me when I first started because I wasn't cutting properly. Like, he was like, you have to fold your fingers. Like, if you're working in my kitchen, you have to do my rules, and
That is
you
a
have
wrap
to
on the news that
hold your
was
fingers.
this week.
And I was like, yeah, but my fingers are so bony that like there's no fat on my fingers, so I just cut the tips of my knuckles. Like, then don't put it like that high. Don't lift your knife that high then. And I was like, yeah, but if I have to cut a carrot that is bigger than my fingers, I end up skimming my knuckles, whatever. And then he was like, at one point he was like, I'm more scared watching you do it this way now. So you know what? Just do it the way I usually don't I'd fire you usually. But do it the way you're comfortable doing it, I guess. And he kept me, and he was like, usually I would have fired you because you're not doing it my way, but like watching you do it the proper way is even more terrifying because you look like you're radiating nervousness. Yeah, he was a really good chef, like, and that's they were like, Matt, you asked too many questions. I'm like, well, I want to know I'm doing it properly. And he was like, 3 times. You get 3 times I tell you each fucking menu item because I got promoted to a salad chef. And they were like, I'll tell you each fucking salad 3 times. After that, I'm not telling you no more. Apparently, actually, the fucking guy who replaced him, Matt, he was saying that Matt now works in some tropical island of Costa Rica. He's like, do you want a job in Costa Rica in Matt's fucking kitchen? Like, Matt fucking has a kitchen in Costa Rica? He was like, yeah. I hook you up. I was like, necessarily like working for Matthew. That's a fucking rat.
You dump me in and go work in Costa Rica.
What?
To dump me and go work in Costa Rica.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, Jennifer.
Matt Valentine was distraught. His wife was sick, looked like she was withering away. Now, this was 1870 in Richmond, Virginia, and doctors didn't have much to offer. But Mr. Valentine remembered something about muscle to muscle, and he knew that meat was muscle tissue. So he went down to the basement and he cooked up a meat stew that he then pulverized, and he strained it and made Valentine's meat juice and gave it to his wife, and apparently she got better. He offered it to other people, and they liked it too. And pretty soon he was cranking this out on a commercial basis.
Interesting.
He became a wealthy man. However, Valentine really didn't realize that he had reinvented the wheel, because earlier in 1865, Justus von Liebig, who was an exalted chemist in Germany at that time, had come up with his own meat juice formula. He had done this very scientifically. He found that urine contained some protein remnants, and he figured that if he boosted protein intake, it would somehow add to musculature. But meat was very expensive in those days, and poor people couldn't afford it, so he came up with a concoction where he took some cheap meat, cooked it up in hydrochloric acid, and made a juice out of it, and that was sold as Liebig's formula. And this was 1865. It became extremely popular, and people were making their own formulas as well to get healthy. And then the industry became very large. However, it drew some people who said that, this really wasn't very scientific. One doctor actually said, there's hardly any protein in there. This is like watching the play of Hamlet without the character of Hamlet. But nevertheless, Liebig kept it going. And although sales started to wither, he had an idea. And this was brilliant advertising, because with each dose of his meat product, he gave some collectible cards. And boy, was that ever a big hit. And at first he came out with scientific cards, like this one here, that shows the meeting of two chemists, Lavoisier, basically the discoverer of oxygen, and Berthollet, who was the first person to ever make bleach, sodium hypochlorite. And people started collecting this and buying the product just to get the cards. But pretty soon business started to wane, so they had to come up with other kinds of concoctions. And they came up with OXO. And this also was sold with some interesting pictures and cards. And OXO is still with us today, although the Liebig company is no longer in existence. However, in 1920, the Liebig company bought a plant in London to manufacture OXO. And that plant had a tower. And they came up with some very, very clever advertising, because they changed the windows of that tower to spell out OXO. And that tower is still there in London today. Go and see it. Maybe we can go and shoot a video there sometime. That would be kind of neat. Anyway, so what happened to our friend Matt Valentine? He made a fortune, and he became a collector of art and all kinds of artifacts that he donated to a museum. And there is a Valentine Museum in Richmond, Virginia today. And undoubtedly, they will have samples of Valentine's original meat juice.
What?
Wondering if you can tell us about the decision to monitor wastewater for COVID-19. Is the goal to make the data public eventually so that people can use it to monitor their own risks? What's going on there?
Yeah, it's a very good point. We have taken the decision to move on with the wastewater system. It's a decision that has been taken by government. We recommended it, so the government decided to move on with the complicity of the INSPQ and also the Ministry of Environment, and so the system is in progression right now. We do hope that it will be all in place in the very near future, progressively, with some teams of researching that are able to sustain some analyses that are coming from some cities, but progressively for a system that will be in place in the next few weeks, few months in Quebec, and especially to well inform the progression of the virus situation in advance of the other markers or indicators that we have, and essentially the hospitalization and the number of cases. So if we could be in advance of a week or two, this will be great. So this is why we could try to manage our society to be prepared, but also to be able to look ahead and being informed rapidly of something that might go on in the community with a new virus or this one. And we're hoping that this will be in place very rapidly.
I don't understand what that has to do with the wastewater I don't know, we're going. Oh. What?
We were told, based on the science, that masks are for protecting others, and it's not necessarily about your personal feelings. But if you're in a confined space, how, when you're recommending, how are you going to ensure the messaging from public health, for the sake of public health, is correct, so that people know when to wear masks? And what would you tell your family or your friends so that they know, cutting through all of the pageantry of a press conference, how would you tell them, like a patient, when and when not to wear a mask?
Yeah, so right now it's mandatory,
Stop
so
your
the
booty
question
too?
is relevant, but mostly for when it will be out of the scope to be mandatory, which is supposed to be not later than mid-April. And if it's so, if it's getting better, we'll probably recommend to the government to fix the date earlier. And at that time, and you're perfectly right, the mask has not been conceived to protect ourselves. It has been built to protect the other. This is why we're using it as health workers, not to be protected by the patients, but to make sure that we're going to protect them. So the question is quite irrelevant, but it's very difficult to continue to argue to everyone to wear it, because
They don't even have that Christian Dubé guy on anymore.
The issue here is that
The one that they didn't fire? He's like the bald guy?
Around 3 million people, Quebecers have been.
They replaced the Horatio guy. I think it's because he was a little bit kind of like brown, or he couldn't be perceived as brown.
The persons that
But
the level of risk.
he was apparently last time he got in shit for making.
By mid-April.
I think it was like a TikTok video or some shit of him doing like some weird dance that everyone would do for like this awareness, and like you donate money to the cause or whatever, and people were like outraged at like this guy who was just like I just did like a little dance like for like this like medical cause or whatever, some shit. And they're like, shouldn't your priority fucking be on fucking focusing on COVID virus and
no later than mid-April? Could it be right now? It depends on the.
But he was like, he's basically all he did was speak out
get down
about inconsistencies
of Quebecers that would have been
and regulations and like data and numbers and shit.
People.
Yeah.
So it might be 4
What are you
million
doing,
by
Jack?
the end of March. So with that
I
in
know
mind,
we're going.
the relative risk of being infected will be quite low.
I think he wants to
And
be next to
of
butt
course, for
rubs.
some
Oh,
persons that are
watch your foot, I
patients,
just got right next to it.
cancer
Yeah, I know.
or very complicated
likes
diseases
that,
with
eh?
affected their immune system, they might decide to continue to wear it,
Like
or
that.
not to get in a crowd where there are a lot of persons that are not wearing it. So this will be a matter of controlling their own risk, and we'll try to be really clear about that, and we're trying to be right now.
These bikinis, she's so big.
What? What you got?
is to top the number of places in our Anglophone colleges to 17%. Right now, the Anglophone community in Quebec represents 9% of the population, but places in our colleges represent 17% in the total of places for colleges. So what we propose is not increase the number of Anglophone colleges. It's fair. They want to go. They want to forbid all Francophones to go to Anglophone colleges. We're going to say we keep the number of places at the level it is right now. And one said that how can one day assure all my support to the Ukrainian people, and at the same time what she considered against the rights of the Anglophones in Quebec, I think it's a very important exaggeration. And I was happy to see that she moved the message that she made, mixing together the way we try to protect French and what's happening.
There's a big difference.
Here, take this away. I'm not fucking focusing on that piece of shit anymore. Oh, I saw somebody with a Fuck Legault sticker.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was super stoked.
Like pro Legault.
What?
You're pro Legault.
I'm what?
You're pro Legault.
Why would I be pro Legault?
I don't know what kind of sticker was it.
It was a Fuck Legault sticker.
Oh, I thought you said you saw somebody just with a sticker.
No, it just said Fuck Legault.
Oh.
I was just like, that's awesome.
Yeah. Fuck Legault.
Because I had to make us paint it. I had a big one there. Yeah, I know, baby.
He's on the search for culinary inspiration. What about your bumhole? What, do you need a good licking?
Ow.
No, not right now, Cam.
I know that.
I have to go to the store.
I know that.
What the fuck? Oh my fucking face is fucking power shit. That sucks. Okay.
I can't wait till we live on a ground floor and we don't ever have to do stairs again. Life would be so much easier. Just that one little thing would make it all better. Instead of having a child, just no stairs. Oh, stairs. What are you doing, Gigi? You licking your tail? Looks weird. Yeah, you know, you too. Yeah. And keep that tail clean for daddy. Yeah.
No.
Good and Ramsey.
Guys, the views are amazing, but where's the delicacy? Is it that spiny plant? The cactus on the edge of the cliff. Yeah, right off that cliff. Grows in really dangerous.
Shall I save the chunky for you?
No.
No,
This is
you don't want
crazy.
any of you soups?
No, go for it. That's why I bought them.
I'm afraid of heights.
So you
You're
feed
afraid
me.
of heights. Go on this badger.
Con cuidado. Bota y que entre ahí. Una, dos, tres.
Be careful. Bloody hell.
¿Qué puedes?
Yes.
Yes,
Oye,
we can.
tú inclínate hacia atrás.
Lean back, don't lean forward.
Very perky
Una,
today.
dos,
Is
tres.
it?
Vamos.
Sleeping.
I'm Gordon Ramsay, and
All right,
an
this is
epic
fair.
adventure. Traveling to the ends of the earth, ditching the chef whites, and getting hands-on. The things I do for food. Slow down. Where do we start?
We're gonna start up there.
Are you trying to kill me? In search of culinary inspiration. Let's go. Look at that beauty. Absolutely delicious. It's like a crispy cockroach. I've learned more in the last week than I have in the last 10 years. This is definitely uncharted territory for me. It doesn't get any better than that, does it? This is Peru's Sacred Valley. At towering heights of up to 3 miles above sea level. It's a unique Andean ecosystem whose staggering biodiversity once fed the mighty Incan Empire. And now it's going to feed a British chef with a motorbike. To unlock those
What?
many secrets,
No, dude, it's just like, what are those? Are those cookies?
finest chefs on the side
And
of the
like,
mountain, obviously.
they're cookies.
Hey, how are you?
Michelin star Aurelio Martinez is famous for his modern twist on traditional high-end
Yeah, God.
cuisine. He's cooking up a storm in the food world and is basically a younger, better-looking Peruvian version of me. Damn it.
Hello, Daddy.
Good to see you, mate. I'm so happy to be here.
Yeah?
Seriously, I am here to learn, discover, where do we start, and where we're going to go.
Well, we're gonna start up there. Over there, we get the best view of the Central Valley.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, if you wanna feel this extreme altitude, it's totally another world.
Come out of breath already.
Let's go, vamos.
Of course, the best view of the Sacred Valley would have to be a 1,300-foot climb up a sheer rock face. For a challenge like this, you need balance, courage, and above all, comprehensive insurance.
6'2", 210 pounds. Chefs should not be scaling 400-meter cliffs. I mean, normally chefs bond over dinner. I can't believe we're bonding on a cliff edge on a mountain.
How are you feeling now?
Breath is very short.
We're now close to 10,000 feet above sea level. Here, there's 30% less oxygen in the air.
Radio, how come you're not out of breath? You're running up here like a guinea pig chasing dinner.
Experts recommend taking 6 days to acclimatize to the altitude. I've had almost 6 minutes.
Nah. There's a loose rock here, by the way. Are you trying to kill me? My trousers have turned brown.
I get the view.
The view is incredible. Amazing.
Yes.
I'm out of breath, but I get it.
Yeah, this is why I brought you here. Like, you have to experience this, being in the altitude.
To eat?
This is very traditional.
Oh, Lord.
So, have you ever had that before?
No.
No.
No, never. So it's like a jerky.
Jerky, yeah. It's like with jerky, of course, yeah. We dry this for 24 hours, and
Wow, that's delicious.
There's the altitude.
make a massive difference on taste.
Taste is deep, intense, concentrates.
Yes.
The conditions are very extreme.
Yes.
So these ingredients has to be protected by themselves.
Yes.
So they're full of proteins and they're concentrated by flavor, by taste. One of the main things is that food is protected by altitudes.
It's pure, I suppose.
It's very pure. We don't have to say we have organic things. I mean, that word doesn't have a meaning here.
Really good. And it puts jerky on a completely different level.
So now you have time to study the Sacred Valley.
Right.
And I want you to cook something Peruvian for local Andean farmers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come together.
Together.
I cook off at the end of the week.
End of the week.
I'm with you. Yes.
Stay back.
That was quite the climb. And we've now established two things. Peruvians look better than Brits in plastic climbing helmets. And I've just got 5 days to uncover the secrets of the Sacred Valley, to devise a feast that shows that handsome devil Virgilio who's boss. So, lungs screaming, I'm heading 5,000 feet further up for a lesson in the ancient art of Andean cooking. Wow. Come on, look at this. Oh my lord. This is incredible. Now this is just one of the highest parts of the Sacred Valley, and I'm here to meet some farmers that are still farming from this land, but using techniques dating back to the Incas. Because my Spanish is as good as my rock climbing, the family I'm meeting has asked a friend to translate. Celine!
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
Yeah, good to see you. Oh my lord, come on, seriously.
I know.
Amazing to have you here.
Yeah, they're here. Mario, Máxima.
What's that?
Mario.
Mario, nice to see you. Please. Iliancho. Miss Marina. And oh, hello, this is Sebastian. And this is hello. Congratulations, having the most gorgeous back garden anywhere in the world. Sebastian. The family has invited me to dinner, a classic Andean dish made from local ingredients, and it looks like I'm playing sous chef.
Ahora vamos a preparar el agua de chulo.
The tuna, okay, great. Thank you. Lawa the tuna is a soup with an amazing special recipe. So these are the dry potatoes, rice. It's amazing how hard they are.
Dry potatoes.
Potatoes.
They're like rocks.
Aquí limpiar. Now we're gonna make tuna flour.
Oh, they're having a potato war.
Sebastian, I don't want you to think about
That's
that.
fucking
This
music.
is the largest festival.
Apparently they were gonna. I don't know if they did or they wanted. They wanted to throw out a
Oh,
bunch
look
of
at that.
potatoes.
Fucking crushing potatoes because they're hard as rock.
How do you stop potatoes falling out? Sorry. This reminds me of a Fred Flintstone outside kitchen. Wow. How come nobody else is out of breath? Cancer. My back. That's hard. Really.
Señor Gordon, vamos a ir a buscar el conuco ahora.
The next ingredient in our soup is a herb that thrives at 14,000 feet.
I don't know why I'm running through these
Definitely counts
pose like Drano.
Yeah, this is what it would be like if white people didn't take over then. Look,
Yep. But now we are like holistic, organic, health. The planet's on fire. What do we do? Like, maybe give shit back to them. That's my fucking stance on it at this point. Give the fucking land back to the
this
Native
old guy
Americans.
fucking traverses this fucking river by himself. Didn't even build
Yeah.
a bridge. He's like, no, don't need it. I can just jump over rocks.
Yeah, I believe it.
Mario wants you to go get it. Yeah.
Por ahí entra. Por abajo, por abajo, por abajo. Con cuidado, con cuidado.
It's like how your dad works, kind of. where they're like, you just go, you just do it.
Well, no, you use your brain and then you go.
But
use
that's,
your brain.
To me, that's what I feel when I hear people talking about food and dieting right now. Because I'm like, you're all a bunch of fucking idiots. Like, you don't need a diet to tell you what to eat. Your brain will tell you what you need to eat. Like, you can listen to your fucking brain. And like, you know what? I noticed like these girls that like, I'll be like, me and my husband, we were on Newman. And like they don't even look when they're crossing the road. They're on their phones. Like, and they don't even look. It's like, yeah, you have the light, but you should still look. Like, that's something crucial that people are missing, I think, right now. And it's Fury used to always say, it used to fucking drive me crazy. Mindfulness. Practicing mindfulness.
How much we need?
Yeah, that's good, he says.
That's it? Wow, that smells amazing. And it's free.
Yeah.
With a fistful of herbs
See,
and a leg full of
this is
bruises,
why
it's off to the family
this
kitchen.
place was supposed to be the land of the free, because everyone was supposed to be able to get things.
Yes, as long as
without-
if you want it, you can work for it on your own, and you can have that.
See, that's the thing. That was the problem. You have to work for it.
Yeah, because nothing in life is fucking free.
People before, how value used to work was by what you could do, by your reputation, what you could do, and that's what you earned. That's how you earned your keep.
By a different name.
But that's not how it goes anymore. They don't want people trading. Like even you know what I realized in elementary school, they would, yeah,
Delicious.
muskrat. Looks like. But in elementary school, they would say it's for allergies because they don't want kids with allergies to get sick. Oh, it's a guinea pig!
They're eating guinea pigs.
Oh no, Edgar!
The guinea pig probably looked and was like, ah!
I almost got a guinea pig.
Oh my god.
We used to have a cocktail that would try to eat turkey at Thanksgiving and Christmas, and I was like, isn't that technically cannibalism?
Mm.
Would it be like me eating an Asian? If like it's a different kind of bird?
The whole family is self-sufficient on the land.
Sí, todo natural.
That is incredible. I love sleeping around kitchens. What's all that up there? The top of the big whites.
Ah, ese es de la.
I used to be like that with phones. Where I just like
Their
people would think of
feces?
ew.
Cow manure for stove. And that, because it's.
Oh yeah, yeah. I know that.
The fact that none of you waste anything.
You put that in the fire. It'll keep your fire warm. Like you keep your place warm. You don't use it for cooking, but like yeah.
Eso tiene que erizar.
Well, actually, I was just watching a video where they were talking about pee. That
Gotcha, my love.
something about having extra proteins in urine, cow urine.
Cheese. I'd never thought about finishing a lamb and potato soup with cheese. Amazing. And look at that. Baby. Beautiful.
Yeah, the cheese makes it nice and thick.
Mama,
She has
napkins.
I think
Let's go, babies.
for dentists, like it's to hold a fake tooth on.
See, that's why I like my parents and grandmother's food, because it all looks like that. It's all real. It's thick. It's fatty. It's got
That's
potatoes,
what I want to do.
carrots. It's got meat in it. That's how it's supposed to be.
I want food to taste good.
So you should try eating some of like the food that my parents make, because like
I
it's
love
like
your dad's
that.
cooking. Your dad's cooking's fucking disgusting.
Well, I had to
I told you I want to
I
hire
had
your
to
dad.
force feed you that soup, and then you finally were like, "Oh, like, that's really good." And I was like, "Oh, I'll get you a bowl then. Here you go." You ate macaroni. You had hangover soup actually.
Yeah, no, but
Good
it's
macaroni
just
soup.
I think I would hire your dad immediately. He would be like one of the first people I would want to hire as a chef in my kitchen, because then he could make his own menu. Like, because honestly, your dad not only wastes his gift of being a fucking incredible artist, like, and it's a gene too, because your sister's also an amazing fucking artist. Like, she doesn't even know it. Like, she's got something that is not everybody has.
And really delicious. Muchas gracias.
Mm.
And she has no fucking clue, like what, like fucking both of them fucking squander that. Like that's just it sucks. Like that they don't even like know how good they are at something that is like such a awesome thing to have, like to be an artist.
So what an amazing family. What an amazing dish.
That's what all women are attracted to, good fathers. Because
No,
like,
it's just
my daddy.
Personally, like, yeah, I'm like, if you want to be, if you're a single mom, like, all the power to you and all that, but all kids need to have a male role model. If it's not the father, you need to have a male role model. It's necessary for kids growing up. You need to teach them that balance.
Here, you want a daddy? I'm right here.
I'm gonna kill you again.
Look at. Okay, ready. You know the dad bod? They puff out their pot bellies.
I don't understand what that is, the dad bod thing.
I think women just like a big ass puffy pillow to sleep on. Plus, I think they're women like the size of their men. They like their men to be big and not small and scrawny.
Did you see the fatty packs? The dad bod fatty packs?
No.
Where it makes you look like you have a dad bod? They're disgusting. They're really horrific.
I've not seen that.
They're really, really disgusting. You know, remember those shirts that make you look like you're a skinny girl in a bathing suit? So a white t-shirt and it's usually got like a body of like a.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that with the dad bod thing, and I don't get it.
Yeah.
That's fucking disgusting.
Because I think like women like that shit. Because like.
I don't like men. I feel bad because
Wow.
it's really, it's probably one of
Thanks,
my
man.
most shallow moments. I literally jumped somebody because he had a dad bod, and his body hair was just too much for me to handle.
Gross.
Like, it's shallow, but I and he was also very scary and clingy. And he just
Yeah.
refused to go home.
Okay. So am I not a man to you? You just consider me a boy?
You have no hair, it's amazing.
Okay.
All your hair's on your beautiful left head of hair.
And my
If worst case scenario, I could always fucking sell it.
there, yeah. You also forgot the hair on my balls. It's like
You don't have butt hair either. You have just like little bobbies that are running around with their diapers.
yeah, lucky, yeah.
Excuse me.
Oh.
Be careful. This is super dangerous.
Sí puedes, sí puedes. Ya. Jala. Oh, a ver, ¿hay gusano o no hay gusano? Oh, sí, no seas
I don't know.
Ahí está.
Yeah, it's Chinese.
Ya tienes. Look at that. Esto es la comida rica.
Oh, it's a worm.
Seriously?
It's a grub.
It'll be delicious. Proud of you.
And they found it in this stick. They're carrying 2 sticks full of grubs.
Este gusano se llama guaitampo.
A lot of protein.
How did you first learn about these?
Nosotros, esto es como desde antes, nuestro ancestral.
I mean, that's why they're so lean, though. They're all muscle with like small amounts of fat. It's because they eat healthy protein like this.
I actually recently heard something about a carnivore diet. Jordan Peterson guy, his daughter, who I don't really care for, she's kind of got a really bad attitude, but she's on she does all the same sicknesses I did growing up, except she had like the medical procedures done along with them, and I would be like, I could just not. But she has a carnivore diet. She only eats meat.
That's where Italian
Hmm.
vegetarian. Stop it.
Y la vamos a comer. tiene bastante proteína. Cuando comes no te da ni hambre todo el día. Mira, a esto se come ya. Delicioso.
It's like a crispy, cockroach.
They're laughing at him.
Yeah, because he fucking bit it and it just exploded in his mouth and he just spit it out behind him. Now he knows how his wife feels.
This is how they survive so remotely. Protein,
No.
literally.
Yeah.
He said, an amazing secret and a big opener. I'm blown away by the ingenious ways Andean people get their ingredients. It's the first time I've ever taken a lasso to go food shopping. But with just 3 days left, one thing is certain. I won't beat Chef Barilio serving a plate of worms. So it's time to ditch the motorbike and get my head in the clouds.
Now we're heading over these mountains to the jungle because 1,000 meters above sea level, there's the most amazing farms that produce exotic fruits. I've never tasted high altitude fruits, and I'm dying to see the difference. The level of concentrated sweetness against the acidity. And I hear the size of them are absolutely gigantic. Coming into land. In beauty.
This is the Quillabamba jungle. Said to be home to the best fruit in the world. These trees. Amazing. And I'm heading to a family farm packed with the biggest mango trees I've ever seen.
Mango.
Finally,
I miss mangoes. They were so good in Cuba. Fucking fresh as fuck.
Video has said that you have the best exotic fruit.
Yes, we do indeed.
What's so special about the fruit here?
Vamos a entrando a la selva, montaña, están de acuerdo a un microclima. Entonces, el fruta es muy dulce, muy sabroso.
A lot more sugary.
Yes, indeed.
So more in-depth
More
flavour.
flavor. Yes, because of the altitude.
Amazing, amazing. Okay, how do we get there? You can go up my shoulders.
Dice que puede ir.
The mangoes are 100 feet up. Only the youngest, fittest locals pick them. Until now. Wow. Am I getting a harness?
Yes, you are.
Okay, good. Good. Thank God for that. Don't let me drop. Okay? If I drop, the food world is... You ready? David, you good? Let's go. Okay. Oh my lord.
Go to your left.
We're going to the road now, no?
Subimos
y acá. Y usted va a ver cómo a dónde voy a pisar.
Gotcha. So he's going around the outside.
Yes, and you need to put.
Let's go, David.
Hacia el lado derecho.
Okay, David, here I come. I've never made love to a tree.
I know that fucking hurts. The bark starts fucking pulling down into your skin. Oh, it scrapes you all up.
Try to push yourself up with your left elbow.
I'm stuck. Freaking out.
I'm stuck. I'm freaking out. That was really great.
Take my weight. Please. Let's go. I haven't climbed a tree for decades, and I mean decades. Yeah, I was worried. I snapped those branches and we all come down.
I was worried. I was really worried.
An amazing tree, been there for centuries.
that.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Wow. That is delicious.
I'd trade
It's
mango
so
for
juicy.
pussy any day.
The difference
What?
in the flavour was extraordinary because
So
it's
juicy.
highly concentrated, so it just bursts with flavour. An amazing discovery.
Foodgasms.
It's been a real eye-opener to see how much the strong sun and low humidity enhance
Sorry,
the fruit
dripping
sweetness.
No,
That
food porn.
amazing mango will
What?
definitely be on my
Food porn.
cup of
Hell yeah.
And if Rogelio asks, trust me, I picked it myself. Okay?
Put a pineapple ring around your nipples, and then I'll put strawberry whipped cream on top, and then I'd have like a tummy trail of like
Now, this country's famous
probably
for
like
fish.
Did you not?
some good ass melons.
Some melons?
Hell yeah. Now a nice little watery watermelon.
So
Like just like for your round meat strip.
I was thinking if ever I end up trying to do that food serving businessing thing, whatever. Fuck. What I would want to focus on is, remember there was like a while where like I just wanted to go out to eat places or like wait to watch people take pictures of their food and then just like fuck it all up and then run away. And I just wanted to make this like my life goal for a while. And then because people apparently were like getting genuinely pissed off at like whoever they're out with when like they would mess up their food before their picture to the point where they're like, you need to order me another one. Like, are you like, because people like give more shit about what your food looks like so you can take a picture of it than what it actually tastes like or what's in it or how much of it for that fucking matter. Because like there's an Italian place. I remember they were saying that they were like, you know, you see people in Ukraine floating and their body parts flying out like in all different directions. That was a real wake-up call. I was like, what? What the fuck are you talking about? They're like, yeah, really put things into perspective for you. I'm like, dude, that's what it takes for you to see people literally getting blown up and exploding. For you to have a moment of humanity, like people are fucking gross. Like human race, they're pretty disgusting all around.
I would not trust an inflatable raft on like open water like that. Like fuck you.
You just swim to an island.
What I would want to.
Yeah, when the water's probably fucking shallow.
What if you hook your fucking boat?
That's how you do. You don't need fly fishing technically. I feel you, bro. I feel you so hard. He hooked him.
No problem.
I cannot. I had a hard time. I still have hooks in shit in my car. I like have random hooks that I keep pulling out of stuff or that are still stuck in stuff, and I was like, ah, shit, I remember this. I remember seeing this and being like, I'll fucking deal with it at another time. You got a little itty bitty fish? Cool. That's cool. Huh? I liked it when fucking he was like telling people that he was going to kill the children, like a cookie show children, and they're like, how are you gonna let him? fucking do. Like, TV shows, like, you could be yell at the children. He's like, I'm not gonna yell at the children. Like, Hell's Kitchen is a TV show. Like, it's meant for dramatic. Like, I put on a show. Otherwise, you wouldn't watch it because it would be boring. It would be a cooking show. Like, the point of me screaming to people is because it's entertaining for you guys. Whatever the fuck makes me money, I'll use it. Like, you guys want to be verbally abused? Sure, why not?
Go on.
Ever seen his wife? It's adorable.
No.
He's like super in love with his wife. Like, and does like these sweet little things. And he's like, my wife is my everything. I was like, oh god.
You're not super in love?
I think that I like you being manly.
You only like me? Wow. That was not a good thing to say.
I'm just like not in like with you.
What? Wow, you're trying to save yourself. Like, you can't even say lovely. Like, wow.
I said you're not very affectionate.
I am so affectionate. I need some food. Water. Water.
Yes, sir, that is true. Yeah, no, my man is resourceful and he can climb a fucking tree. So. And he doesn't get fucking shit-faced wasted on weekends with his boys. So that's the good thing I like. Did you just ask if that was a testicle he was eating?
Yeah, look at it. It's red inside.
No.
That's a vegetarian dish.
Oh, really? Okay, I'm leaving the light bulb over here. It's 2 light bulbs, eh, right? I think I have another one.
The old lady just fucking told Gordon Ramsay that his fucking heart was raw. It was funny. He's always, he looks so mad.
Okay.
He's like, he's always saying that to everybody else. Now he knows, and the old lady did it. It's fucking raw still. Like, that's why we haven't eaten it.
God damn it. Okay. I swear to God, get the fucking